Micah Lagman is currently the president of AMARC Asia Pacific. She has been involved with rainbow rights in the Philippines and has been an advocate of rights pertinent to sexual orientation and gender identities.
I would like to talk to you about about the field of community media and how it is panning out in the world from your vantage point. Okay, Micah, what do you think is the relevance and purpose of community media in your country as of now?
In our country, well, we have different political situations in the country and different issues. Community media plays an important role because though we have public and private media, we have to admit that there are issues and people who are still left out of that media. There are issues that are very important and yet they are not talked about. So this is where community media plays an important role. Not only does it bring out into the open issues that needs to be talked about, but also it also plays an important role to empower that community, to mobilize it, to bring it to a position of strength, so that if they should be asking for things that there are rightfully theirs, for instance, human rights or benefits, then they would be at a better position to ask for it.
But by community media, you mean there is a strong community television also, or is it just the community radio?
There are various forms of community media, so it's best to refer to it really as community media. And for instance, in our network in the Philippines, we're only in touch with people who are involved in community radio. But we know that in other areas, other organizations are deeply involved into producing content for community media, and so we are also looking forward to sort of to bringing ourselves together to network, and probably strategize on how we can better use community media as a platform for our respective advocacies.
Okay. What do you think are the challenges that you face as part of as part of a practitioner, as a policymaker? Actually,
there's a lot. There's a lot.
These are prominent ones which you have a problem with.
Yeah, one of them would be the policy frameworks across the Asia Pacific region. There are countries which have policies for community radio or community media, and there are countries without such policies. So, and there are cases also where if that law is present, sometimes what they have is very problematic in the sense that it also limits the growth of community media in that country. So that's one policy frameworks. Also, there has been an increasing need for the sharing of knowledge and capacity among community radio broadcasters so that we can also learn from each other's experiences. Also, it's worth noting that in areas that there might be a community media, that community media may be present, there is a need to democratize the media space. So we talk about the allocation. Yes.
You mean the community radio space itself?
Community radio by itself. Also, when we talk, we can also bring into the picture other forms of community media, because when we say democratize, we also have to open it to different sectors, to different groups of people. You'd have to create an environment where it is conducive for them also to come forward, to participate, not only in producing content, but also in different levels, decision-making levels as well.
Okay. And what about the practitioners? What are the challenges they face? Because you said it's a very politically challenging situation. So, as active participants in the community media sector, what challenges do practitioners have?
The issue of security is very important. We have to check if there is a support system available to community radio broadcasters. If ever their lives are put in danger, will the other community radio broadcasters will come in support to that? Will they be able to put pressure on the local government or the national government to ensure that if ever this community radio broadcaster is threatened, for instance, by the military? Okay. Aside from that, support system in terms of counseling, because many community radio broadcasters also face and experience secondhand trauma from the content, from the news that they handle. So why aren't we talking about it, and what are we going to do about it? I think that is where the network of community media becomes important, because
within South Asia
and also in other regions. Yeah.
Okay. Well, taking off from there, I mean, I believe you know that in India, news is banned in private FM and community radios. What's your comment on that? Because we have
It's-
been talking about news being a very important part of
It
community
is,
radio
it
in
is.
your country. So in India, it is totally banned.
And I also heard that it's good that the community radio broadcasters are becoming more creative on how to communicate that news, no, in another format. But it sounds very ridiculous for a media organization, for a station not to broadcast news, because one of the primary functions of, for me, the community radio is to inform that community. And how will you be able to inform the community if you're not allowed to make news?
Exactly. So, ma'am, so in this age of globalization and extreme media corporatization, what do you think is the role of the state in advancing community media?
The role of the state is in a unique position to ensure the provision of support for community radio broadcasters and the network. For instance, if the fund is available, then it opens opportunities for the community media broadcasters to explore opportunities to share knowledge, to share capacities in order to grow and also strengthen the network, because that would benefit the community and also the nation if you step back now as a larger picture.
Ma'am, another question I would like to ask is, what is your opinion on digitization of community media? Actually, I mean, we are like talking about taking off from analog to the digital. How do you think it will impact, or how do you think that will change the landscape of community media?
I think it's a reality that we all have to face, because it's coming whether we like it or not, whether we face the issue or not. It's a reality. It has its strengths, it has its limitations. One of the limitations being it also opens up possible monitoring and censorship when you talk about digital media. Also, we also have to think about if the other communities and are radio stations ready for this? Do they have the equipment for this? Do they have the capacity in order to do this? So even within the community radio network, it's still an ongoing discussion.
Exactly.
There has not been
formal network.
any formal agreement, but it is there. It is a reality. I think that as we meet, as we have more opportunities to talk together, the reality of how to handle the fact that digitalization is happening. I think slowly the solutions are starting to appear, but as of this moment, it's still an ongoing conversation.
Still a
But there are opportunities in it. There are also limitations in it. But I think it's worth exploring, especially if we talk about communities who are more receptive to digital media. I think that is where the conversation would become more important. Then it would be good to explore having a digital community media in digital format. Yeah.
Taking off from the conference theme, how do you think community media is panning out in your country? How do you think it is effective working in your country?
In our country, it is effective in the sense that it gives another voice. It brings out another perspective that you don't hear about. In our case, in Rainbow Rights Philippines, the organization that I come from, you don't hear about LGBTs in the news. If ever you do, the portrayal would be mostly stereotypes, and the portrayal would be negative. So this is where we come in. We would like to use the media, since it's a powerful tool, to counter that stereotypes, which it espouses. So it's sort of using the same tool to the advantage of the community. And also, it adds to the visibility of our community, because now that people are hearing more about LGBTs, then they start to ask questions. And it gets the dialogue started, which is very important in understanding the community, which is crucial also to stopping discrimination.
Precisely.
Yeah.
So I think I'll wind up with that. Thank you, Michael Ackman, for sharing your opinions and views about community media and the sector in general
Yeah.
from your vantage point of Amark Asia Pacific.
Yeah. Thank you very much, and it's a pleasure to be here.